Well, morning of day 2. It's 4:45 right now. We're gonna go get Casey's bull. Just keep prayer for us, wish us luck.
You're never gonna break my black gold heart. We did it all, like savages. We hit it hard, like savages. Took on the world and tore it all down and made it our own. Yeah, we stole the crown. We did it all,
We're rallying the troops. It's 5:20. We'll be there before daylight and down where we last left blood right at daylight, so it's gonna be a good day. Casey's gonna put his tag on his first Roosevelt. Pretty sure we heard him fall over last night, but it was super thick. We strive for just that ethical, clean, quick death. If it was more of a straight on shot, one lung could live, 4 to 6 hours, I think. The last spot of blood was really good, but then it was weird. It's like he tried to maybe go up the hill but couldn't make it and turned down, and we couldn't really find where he went from there. That's the worst part. It was trying to, do you back out? Do you give him all night? Do you go in? A few years ago we would have never left him overnight. We've done it twice now and it's worked out for the better. I think we made the right call. We'll go in there and get him to the locker. Day 2 of Land of the Free right here. Anyone can go do this over the counter. It's private timber open to public access. So unfortunately it is the pay to play scenario. You had to buy a permit to get in here. That's why public lands for us is so important. And for the rest of this trip, it's on our lands.
Welcome home, guys.
Pulling pine needles out of my butt crack right now.
It's not thick, at least. It's open.
He shot just on the other side of that reap rod.
Yeah, right through there. He ran through there. That's where I found my arrow, and then we decided he ran.
But you can see how steep, and it was just thick, and he was like literally on a stump, shot from like that alder bush to here.
So we're at.
Just to let you guys know, the bearing of where that bull's last blood is just right like that.
And where'd you guys hear the sound?
It sounded.
I mean, in this area from where.
Okay.
So last blood.
Right there. Okay.
And then I went through this, and I didn't see
any blood.
Okay.
Well, let's just hands and knees it from here, and then.
That's blood right here. Yeah. We have blood right here.
We're on it.
Oh. That's not blood. Is that blood?
So what you can do is lick your finger, and then if it wipes off red on your finger, it's probably blood.
It's blood.
So right now we're just kind of picking this thing apart and finding every speck of evidence that we can of where he went, whether it be blood, tracks, whatever. Right now the blood's pretty decent. You can kind of almost walk it, so it looks real good right now. Look at that tree.
Yeah, it's all over it. Quite a bit of blood. Oh, he's torn now.
Yep, run. At least it's open. I mean.
Ow! Just got stung by a wasp.
Did you?
Ah, right.
Run this way. Run.
I don't see anything.
You need to run past Casey. Don't know. You all right?
No.
Another obstacle. If the brush wasn't bad enough, but Casey just got stung. Must have found a bee's nest in here or something. So it's thick here, pretty thick.
Where's your EpiPen at, man?
I got it in my pack. He
Where's
looks a
it
little
at?
waverly.
Brian, I'm sick. Don't.
Jeez.
There's blood right here.
Bunch
Bunch right through here.
right through here. All over that log down there. All over down through there. It's just trauma. Get in here now. This is where he's going to be at the bottom of this. Yeah.
Blocking out.
Yes.
Congratulations on your first Roosevelt, brother.
Oh my God.
There he is.
Dang, man.
Casey.
Oh, heck yeah, buddy.
He died in the only flat spot in this whole.
Oh my
That's how I planned it.
So we heard him go through that salal steep like that.
Look at that. He died right by a deadhead. Look at that, guys.
Love you, buddy.
Good job, guys.
It's crazy. He's right by a shed.
We're in the bone zone.
He's a 4.
Look at this stuff though he has in the bottom.
Oh,
Mass and
1,
trash.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a 6 point.
6 by 5. You know.
We'll take him.
It's a beautiful bull, man.
Fantastic.
So cool. I can't believe I shot a freaking Roosevelt elk on my first day out hunting. Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's like one of those special moments when you just. Good work.
Dude, so cool. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Case, how's it feel to notch your tag on the Roosevelt?
That's pretty cool. I'd say this Land of the Free project's off to a pretty good start too. That frontal shot is so deadly. So deadly. My head is like throbbing from those
Yeah, what
bee
happened?
stings, dude. Well, these guys didn't tell me this until after our morning hunt yesterday, but Trent finally said, hey, if we're walking and you see one of us run, just run. I'm like, run from what, a bear? He's telling me there's beehives in the ground up here, and sometimes you'll walk through them and they'll light you up. Well, I was going down the trail, the blood trail, and all of a sudden, zzz, zzz, bee got me twice right in the freaking temple. I don't know if it's humbling is the word I look for. Like, I feel that like these animals are so freaking rad that to live out here year round, like get to experience just a taste of what these guys go through. This is freaking rad.
Come straight down.
Let's go, boys. Let's
Guys,
go.
what?
5 minutes, wheels are
What
up.
badge does he get for cutting up an elk? He got the leadership badge this morning.
Yes, he did.
Pretty miss all.
There's so much going on right now. So much going on right now.
Oh, you just ruined the cape.
It's a quarter bag.
That's what we need.
Quarter. You get a quarter?
One for you, one for you.
You get a quarter?
Oh, thank you.
You
Shut
gotta
your
do the
mouth
work?
and do all the
You
work.
shut your mouth and get back to work.
Get back to work.
See this part? Don't go past it.
Go, Trent.
Okay?
Just like that.
Okay, guys, we are jacked. See these knives? This is the very, very first time this knife has ever seen an animal, let alone the public. So you guys are getting upfront, personal, private viewing of this awesome. The cool thing about this whole deal is I will be using a knife on each state, and it has the state on it, and I actually named them all. This one's Eve, and this knife will be given away to somebody. This right here is the Benchmade Altitude. 5 people are gonna get this exact knife. We are giving away 5 of them. For each state that we're in, the state is inscribed on it along with the name that I gave it, and I'll be using a knife in each state, a different knife on each animal. And Benchmade has given us 5 of these, and we're gonna give them away to the public. You can't even buy these things until January. Shot this bull last night, trailed it for about 100 yards. The blood, it was there was definitely blood, but it wasn't like it was a done deal that we felt. And so we made the choice to back out and leave him overnight. We came in here this morning, he was dead. The big controversial thing is, do you leave it overnight or do you go in and risk the chance of bumping it if it's not dead yet? So we reviewed the shot. It was really hard to tell exactly where that shot impacted. The way to tell, I mean, we found the elk. All the meat has been stellar so far. It's been awesome. But the way to test an elk, if you are even marginally wondering, hey, is it okay still, is the thickest part of the meat. And the thickest part of the meat is going to be in the ham. So we flip the elk over, and so the offside ham is going to be your telltale whether this ham is going to be bone sour or it's going to be just fine. So what you do, come to the ham, very, very simple. Find the meatiest part where the ball joint is and just cut right down into it. Get right to the bone. Spread it apart. And you just put your nose in there and smell. And if it smells sour, you will know right off the bat. Someone hold my legs. It just smells just like elk meat. So this thing is totally perfect. We made the right call by leaving him, letting him expire overnight, come in here today, and be able to take care of him, and it's not in the dark where it could be a little bit more dangerous. That's just kind of what we go by. Everybody calls the call different. And at the end of the day, each person, you know, makes their own decisions. Worst case scenario, we come down here and he wasn't dead last night. We actually, where he would have died, you know, if we left him overnight, we bump him in the middle of the night, midnight. Pretty soon you're chasing a wounded elk down the mountain and the blood stops, and pretty soon you lose the elk that way. It's just a personal decision. You got to go with the experiences that you've had in the past and just try to make the best call for the situation.
If you're the last man standing, it's either going to be the lightest load or the heaviest load. So I lucked out with the lightest load. So
Not too bad. I'm just going to put it in the main pouch because we don't have far to go. Carcass is all done. We got all the meat loaded in our packs. Check out the pack train. Got some horn up there. We asked the Hutch guys, will you guys come to Oregon? Our goal was to get him on elk. We couldn't have predicted it to go this way. The opening day, he kills a dandy Roosevelt bull. I mean, it's just, we've been blessed big time today and yesterday. And it's only 2 days in the season. So this has been awesome so far. We're just going to keep this train rolling. B-Mack's turn. We might do some fishing later on. Packs are loaded and we're out of here.
So you can see Trent walking away.
Look at that.
That is the lightest pack I've ever seen Trent have at a meat haul. Usually it's, you know, back ham and a front shoulder. I honestly just kind of get emotional about it. Casey and I were talking last night. It's not so much about the kill and what that kill is and what it represents for food for a family, which is amazing, but the experience that we had, the craziest thing is Casey's like, I think that was the most unbelievable experience I've ever had. It's pretty neat to be able to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching, and we're just out here having fun like everyone else. We're just normal guys doing our thing just like you. Appreciate you guys watching, and it means the world to us. So thanks for your time.
Ooh. Oh, there's blood here.
Turning it.
This reprod here, you can see how thick it is. You can think that you don't have a chance. You always have a chance. Worst thing you can do is to not go after it. If you blow them out, you blow them out. You learn from it, you move on. The best thing about it, you make a mistake, who cares? You make a mistake, you move on. Make a decision. Bow hunting's all about serious decisions. We got lucky with where he came in. He got a 6-yard shot. Dead bull.
What do you guys think of hunting with Born and Raised Outdoors?
I thought they knew a lot, but I had to show Cody how it was done last night, so.
What do you think they've learned the most from us?
What?
Everything.
Camp food.
Camp food. We increased their dinner game pretty substantially.
Before this year, before us, these guys like pedaled their bikes into this country, 20 miles or so, set up these crazy little camps, very minimal. Eat what, dehydrated
Yeah.
mountain house?
Yeah.
Hush shows up, we bring Rambo electric bikes, and we're cooking backstraps and potatoes every night. Camp chairs,
Proper kitchen.
spatulas. Yeah,
What have we learned from Born and Raised? No, in 100% seriousness.
they are very,
Man.
very selfish.
Selfless. These guys are incredibly selfless. Steve and Trevor and Trent and Cody are not even hunting. They're just here to help us out, which you only get so many hunting seasons in your lifetime, and to sacrifice your own tags for the betterment of your friends isn't very common anymore. From the first time that I ever watched any of their content, their teamwork is what stood out above all else. You know, and they've totally accepted us into their team. That is like the biggest thing that I've taken away, is how to be a better team player and how to be selfless. And these guys epitomize that for sure.
Without a doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You just made me look like a complete a-hole for me being sarcastic. You got all deep. Thanks, Brian. I learned Brian's selfish. Sorry, my horns are too big.
What do you think of this light underbrush?
It's so fun to bring people to our norm and they see their faces go, what in the heck do you guys hunt?
Do I have any needles on my back?
Take a peek. Good night, Cody.
It was literally, I went through a dead tree.
And there's the man, the myth. I think you're at legend
I did
status now.
nothing, man. I feel like we've been out here fishing with these guys a few times, and now shot my first Rosie. All I do is do what Cody tells me. Cast right there 10 feet. Oh, fish. Stand right here. Oh, bull. I'm just the trigger, really.
You're a good trigger man.
Well, I'll take it, but you guys are awesome. You guys know what you're doing. I don't think there's a group of guys in the world that know Roosevelt elk hunting better than born and raised outdoors, that's for sure.
Anyone would say that if they showed up on the first day they killed a bull.
Yeah, I guess. Right.
B-Mack, you're up next.
Go time.
6 days.
No pressure. 12 guys. I feel like I'm on a sheep hunt.
Here, somebody help.
Look at that, dude. Holy.
See if you can stuff this in there somewhere. That bag?
One more. Do you got another shoulder?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, that's fine. Nice.
Our elk, one cooler.
Oh, just made it back to camp. Town run. Dropped the bull off the cooler. Got more ice. We are gonna sit in the water.
Hey guys, this is the knife that you're gonna win.
Who was naked?
I was.
Andrew.
Lots of it too.
He thought the little crawdad was gonna get his nougats.
Crawdad came for me with bad intentions.
He goes, it had bad intentions. We are headed out for the evening hunt. B-Mack is up to bat. We took a quick siesta. We may or may not have got naked in the creek, and
Yeah.
we are headed out.
At least one of us did.
At least one of us did.
Maybe two.
It's gonna be me, B-Mack, and Cody, and we're gonna do the old Cat Road Shuffle on the Rambos. Here we go.
What do you think about that?
What do you guys think about that? Fairly excited today. First test drive for me and B-Mack.
That's right.
On the Rambodacious. You nervous?
I haven't spent a lot of time on a bike in my life, not gonna lie. I have given him a whirl around the neighborhood. It's gonna be slightly different.
What I'm nervous about is sitting back down on that seat because I'm a little saddle sore. It's tender.
Cody's got some saddle storage issues in his undercarriage, but yeah, to be totally honest with you, I've ridden them maybe 150 yards on a flat. If the next scene that you see is me just kind of balled up on the gravel, there's a good chance of it. Let's get our gear together. We're gonna hit this hard for the evening hunt. We're gonna do the Cat Road Shuffle, but in style, right?
In style.
In style, yeah. Cat Road Shuffle as well. secret sauce is exactly what we're doing. One ingredient to the secret sauce.
Here's watching Born and Raised hunt for many years and having incredible success. You would likely think they must do some pretty crazy things. It's actually quite the opposite. Very simple. And there's about 3 steps to it.
If that.
They cover, number one, they have a playbook and they run that playbook. And they run it over and over and over and over and over until it works. And then when it works and they get done cleaning that animal, they go do it again. And guess what? It works again. They cover a ton of country. They're looking for the one elk that's willing to call back and respond and have that opportunity. From what I can tell, learning some tricks of their trade. They're super persistent, they work really hard, and they always are having fun and staying positive, no matter what. We haven't heard a bugle. Trent and I, we've let off maybe 250 bugles. But we're still doing the same thing. We're still running the playbook. Just like it happened last night for Casey, it worked. Today's a new day, you gotta just keep on going, but it's actually super simple. I think the key is they just do it all the time.
It's just a game of numbers. Sometimes it takes 10, sometimes it takes 400. But at one point, it's gonna happen. Somebody's gotta play. It just happened. Right up over here. Let's get stay here for now. I think we're too far in to move. Just be careful of your feet moving when he comes in, so keep your stable stance. Get ready. He may go on the road and come around, so we might have to move. Come down. We can shoot him right there, but I don't know. We're just not sure where he's at right now. He's less than 100 somewhere. I just hope he doesn't come in on that road. Just be super calm. Breathe deep.
Yeah. I'm good, dude.
You're good.
I feel good. This is the best stuff in the world, though.
You got this. Isn't this fun? I told you it was going to be one time. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
They're moving. The opposite direction.
They wind us, I think, huh?
Come on, let's go up here.
Something was swirling on us.
Is it pretty bad?
Yeah. He started swirling. Guys, that's what elk hunting is about right there. It is not necessarily about filling your tag, but it's about having those kind of experiences with your friends and your family. That's what I live for, man. We finally got to mix it up a little bit. Didn't work out, but you know what? Keep running the playbook. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can feel that now.
Yeah. Seemed like he was kind of slowly coming in, but not really.
He hung up.
He had obviously a number of cows with him.
Yeah. There's a cow going way down there. What we did, we just ran the playbook. I couldn't tell where it was going to be.
I know, out there the wind was on this ridge top. It was going back and forth.
But it wasn't real bad until just at one point it just, you could feel it start
There's multiple out there though.
There's a herd there.
He sounded good that one bugle.
Yeah.
It was tough to like call when he's not fired up.
No, he wasn't. I think he was raking though. I think he was. There was a lot of noise at a couple different points, and it was in the same spot. So I think he was raking, but he didn't come very far at all.
I love that.
Hey, heard a bull bugle.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just like, what do I do? I don't know. I can't remember. Like, what's the program? I forgot it. Do I make noise? Do I call? Do I not? Do I stand here? I don't know.
Good job, guys. Good. We're jumping back on the Rambos and I'm going to do it again, guys. Deep breath and exhale. All right, guys. Hope you guys liked episode 1. Casey killed that bull, and at least this episode, you got a little closer to that. It was amazing. Amazingly thick, but amazing.
No, I mean, I think you can get the true sense of what hunting Roosevelt's like sometimes. Sometimes it's nice, beautiful, open timber. Other times it is thick as thick gets. And
Yeah.
that was a prime example. Casey shot that bull at about the thickest stuff that you physically could go kill a bull in.
Yeah.
So
6 yards?
6 yards.
And pretty much that's all you had. That's the longest shot that you could have had probably in there. That's the kind of stuff that some of the stuff, I guess, that we hunt on the Oregon coast. So that's what we're normally used to hunting. So when we go somewhere else and someone says, wow, this is thick, we look around like, you can get a
shoot 50
25-yard
yards.
shot.
Yeah. Crazy the difference of landscape that we go through this whole thing in the whole 5 states. Every place was totally different.
Yep. Hope you guys loved episode 2. Episode 3 has more trials and tribulations.
Yeah, it's basically, it's the roller coaster, it's the highs, and we get to experience some lows on episode 3.
This is the knife that I promised you yesterday. This is the Benchmade Altitude. This is Eve. What Benchmade, we worked with Benchmade. I don't know, I'm hoping you can see that right there. It's got the outline of the Oregon, the state itself, and then the name of it. But Benchmade was like, are you sure we should name these? And I said, you know, I think I want to name these knives. You guys could win this knife right here, this exact same knife. If you look close, it's still got blood all over it. It smells horrifying.
Delicious.
This went through, I don't know how many elk, skinned, quartered.
You know, we got Casey's bull. We've got some more
Yeah.
tags left. Needless to say, it was pulled out of the sheath more than once.
Yes, it'll get used again before you guys are done in Oregon. Check in the link below.
You want to win this knife. Easy, easy, easy. Click the link below, enter your name and email. With that, that's one entry. Then you go like Benchmade on Facebook, Instagram, like Born and Raised on Facebook and Instagram. Those are additional entries. So you can get 5 entries with your name. We're going to give this knife away after the end of the Oregon series airs.
Every single state we use a different knife, and I named it a different name, and it's got the emblem of the state on the knife. It's personalized as it gets.
You cannot have this knife. It's not available to the public till January, so you could be the first person to have this knife from Benchmade. So, like he said,
Give it back.
sorry. Yeah, the knives. That's Trent. He's the butcher.
Yeah, knife guy.
You
Kind of a knife
don't
guy.
touch.
This is the one that hung around my neck for the whole state in Oregon that you see in every single video. Pretty special. It's pretty cool. I don't really want to let go. It's going to be pretty cool for whoever wins this thing. Moving on. Guys, we've had a few questions lately on our t-shirts and stuff, which is surprising. We do sell t-shirts. We have these available for you. Public Land Hunters. That's the committed shirt. That was just a question that you guys have been asking. Yes, there are shirts available. So,
And we have Land of the Free merch on its way.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We got some good stuff. We're going to do some giveaways. And it's your guys' time and the community that you're commenting, watching, consuming all this. We're going to reward you guys for that and all your dedication.
and we appreciate all the support, guys. It's been crazy how many people have reached out, and it's been crazy.
Overwhelming. I mean,
yeah.
it's one, we've dreamt this as far as going on an adventure with buddies, bow hunting public lands, chasing bulls, and now we get to share this all with you guys, and we're just really excited to do so. So thanks again for tuning in and watching. Do us a favor, click that subscribe button, share it with your friends, post it on social media.
Give us
wherever-
feedback too.
Yeah,
Give us
exactly.
feedback if you like it, if you don't like it, whatever. Don't be too harsh. I cry easy, but just give us some feedback. I mean, we'd love to hear from you guys, and we're already starting to think about next year. What would you guys like to see us do next? That being said,
Tune in tomorrow, 5 p.m. again, here on the Born and Raised Outdoors channel on YouTube. Thanks again, guys. We're just super stoked to be doing this and sharing it with you.